everyone, welcome back to the course on Chemical Reaction Engineering 1. Myself, Neeti Mehta, Assistant Professor at Chemical Engineering Department, LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. So let's just start with our topic. As you already know that from last few sessions, we are dealing with non-ideal flow, and today we will continue with the same topic and we will solve one numerical which is based on concepts which we have learned in our previous sessions. So let's just recall few concepts which will be quite useful for solving a numerical in today's session. Correct? So if you remember that in the last session we have dealt with tracer, importance of tracer in determining RTD of any reactor. We have also used a relationship, or we have seen the relationship between C curve and E curve. So basically C curve is the concentration of tracer at exit of your reactor, and we have plot a graph between C curve and time, and from that particular graph we have determined the value of E curve and plot the E curve using those values of E points. Correct? So in this today's session we will start with a numerical. So let's just see what is our problem. A pulse tracer was injected into a reactor and the effluent concentration as a function of time is in the table below. Draw a graph of C and E curve and calculate the fraction of material that spent between 3 and 6 minutes in the reactor. So this is the problem given to us. We have been provided with a reactor in which there is a pulse input of tracer given, and we need to draw a curve for C curve and E curve, and we also need to calculate that how much amount of material will come out at the time between 3 minutes to 6 minutes. Correct? And for that we have been provided with concentration and time data. So in this below table, as you can see, the time in terms of minute is given to us and concentration is also provided to us, which is the concentration at exit stream of our reactor. So let's just see how to solve this. Right? So the first question which must comes to our mind when we read the numerical problem is how to draw a C curve. Right? This is the first problem which strikes our mind when we have read the problem statement which is being provided to us. The next problem which arises or which comes is how to determine the E values. How can we determine E values at each given time interval? Correct? The next problem which will be coming in our mind is how to plot E curve. Once you have got the data of E, then how can we plot the E curve? And last problem which must strike our mind is how to determine fraction of material that has spent time inside the reactor from 3 minutes to 6 minutes. Right? So basically the amount of material which has spent time 3 minutes to 6 minutes inside the reactor, we need summation of all those reactant or material. Correct? So these are the 4 questions which must come in our mind and which we need to face and solve. So let's just start with the first problem of how to draw a curve. So if you go to the solution section, you can see that we are having 4 different steps to solve this. In step number 1, we need to plot a C curve. For that, concentration and time data has been provided to us. So we just simply need to plot a curve between time and concentration. In step number 2, we need to tabulate the area under curve. If you remember that the formula for E was E equals to C upon integration 0 to infinite C dt, right? That is the concentration of entire material which is coming out of the reactor at any given time interval, right? So that is the area under the curve. In the step number 3, we need to find the values of E. So for finding values of E, we need C and we need area under the curve C. And at last, when we have got values of E curve at each and every interval, we can easily determine the values of E and we can plot a graph for E and T, right? So let's just see how to plot a C curve. We have been provided with the time data, right? So in the given time data, we just simply need to plot the curve between time given and the concentration. So the table which was provided in problem statement, using that table we will plot a graph between time and concentration, right? So these are the points which have been provided to us using that table. In the next step, what we need to do is, we know the relationship between E and C, correct? We know that for determining E values, I need to have the values of C, which I already have in that table. And I also want integration of 0 to infinite C dt, which I don't have. So first step will be to determine the value of 0 to infinite C dt, correct? So for determining the area under curve, we will be using this particular formula. 0 to infinite C dt can be calculated using this formula. Since the time interval has been changed from 0 to 10 minutes, it is uniform, and from 10 to 14 minutes, it is again having the different intervals. That's why we need to do separate calculation for both the sides, correct? So we will do integration of 0 to 10 C dt plus integration 10 to 14 C dt. And for that we will be using this formula which you have already gone through in your previous semester, right? So the formula is x0 to xn fx dt equals to delta t by 3 f0 plus 4f1 plus 2f2 and so on. So if you put the values of 0 to 10 C dt, you will be getting 1 by delta t, which is 1 by 3. Here you will be getting 0 plus 4 into 1, which is interval values, plus 2 into 5 plus 4 into 8 and so on. We have simply used this particular formula. If you go back and see, we have just simply used this formula Ct into dt, concentration into time, and then we are just going to do the integration terms, right? So once you do that, you will get this particular value, and this is the final answer, that is 47.4 gram minute per meter cube. This is area under curve from 0 to 10. We need to calculate area under curve from 10 to 14 also, and then we will combine both the areas. So now in the next section we will calculate area under the curve for 10 to 14. As you can see in this particular formula, I have written that to calculate from 0 to infinite, I first need to calculate from 0 to 10, since each point from 0 to 10 have the same interval, right? So I will be calculating from 0 to 10. So integration from 0 to 10 Ct into dt plus integration from 10 to 14 Ct into dt. Why I have done separate integration of 10 to 14 just because from 10 to 14 the interval is different. Correct. So first we have calculated 0 to 10 and we have got the answer. So now we will calculate for 10 to 14. Again, delta t upon 3 f0 plus 4 f1 plus f2. So putting the values, we will be getting the equation as 2.6. 2.6 is the final answer for integration 10 to 14 Ct into dt. So I will simply put the values of integration 0 to 10 Ct dt plus 10 to 14 Ct dt in the above equation. So from 0 to 10 integration value was 47.4 and from 10 to 14 it is coming to be 2.6. So summation of both the values will be 50 gram minute per meter cube. So this is the area under curve or area under C curve. We have got the values of area under C curve. Now we will move forward and determine the value of E. So this is the formula which is used to determine the value of E, right, at any given time interval. So for determining value of E at time, suppose 2 minutes. So I will be putting concentration of 2 minutes and area under curve. So we will be getting the answer. This is the sample calculation as you can see. For E0, that is when time interval is 0, what is the value of E or RTD? So it is concentration at time 0, which is 0, divided by area under curve, which is 50. So it will come 0. For time equals to 1 minute, ET1 equals to concentration at 1 minute, which is again 1 minute, divided by area under curve, which is 50. So it will be 0.02. And in the same way, I have done calculation for all the values of given table. Once you calculate all the values, you will get this kind of table. So we need time to calculate all the values which have been given to us in the table. So you will be getting a table which will have time, concentration and E values. Now next job is to plot a graph between the E values and the first value of table which is being provided inside there. Right, so I will just plot a graph between time and concentration for this particular given table values. So this is the plot of E curve which is having a values of E in the y-axis, on the y-axis, and on the x-axis we are having the value of time. Now we have solved the initial part of our numerical. Next is to determine the fraction of material. We have solved the 3 problems, right? Till now we have solved the 3 problems. How to plot C curve? We have drawn a C curve. How to determine different E values? So we have determined different E values. How to plot E curve? So we have also plotted the E curve using the E values which we have calculated. The last problem which is left is to determine how much amount of material has spent time between 3 minutes to 6 minutes inside a reactor. So for that we need to determine area of E curve between 3 minute time to 6 minute time. This is our E curve, right? This we have plotted. So for determining fraction of material which has spent time between 3 minutes to 6 minutes, what we need to do, we just need to determine the area under curve between the point 3 minutes to 6 minutes. So you can see I have plotted this, right? So the pink section which is coming inside the graph, if you can see in this particular graph, this is the area which we need to plot. This particular area we need to determine, and the answer of this area will be equal to amount of material which has been spent the time of 3 minutes to 6 minutes. Correct? Now let's see how it can be done. So for that we just need to use this particular formula of equation again. We need to integrate from x0 to x3. Again, interval will be 3/8, and doing this calculation we will be getting the value as 0.51. Correct. So this is the numerical, and this is how we can solve any kind of numerical using the relationship between C curve, E curve, and the relationship between the various intervals. Correct. So again I am repeating what we have calculated today, or what we have learned today is how to plot a C curve using the data of time and concentration which has been provided to us. Secondly, we have learned how to obtain E values for different time interval using the C curve. Third, we have plotted a graph for C curve and E curve. Right, we have also learned how to plot a graph for E curve using the values of E and time. And lastly, we have understood how to determine the time for which the amount of substance is present inside. Right, we have also calculated that suppose for time interval from 3 minutes to 6 minutes, what will be the amount of substance which is present inside. So that also we have learned to calculate. Hope all these things are being clear. So whenever you are provided with concentration and time data, the first thing which we need to do is we first need to plot a concentration versus time graph. After plotting the graph, the second step which we need to do is to determine the area under C curve, and using the area under C curve we can easily determine the E values. Hope today's topic is quite clear. Thank you.